Good morning and welcome to the morning tea and happy Halloween Eve. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and joining me is my wonderful skeleton co-host. Is she really there? Miss Monty Bolanos. Hey,
girl.
You're looking great. You were looking spooktacular.
You don't think it looks like I just got socked in the face?
Not at all. You killed it. I'm so proud of you. T-Tribe, Monty texted me yesterday. She said, Alex, just so you know, I'm showing up with a half skeleton face. And I said, you go, girl. This is what Halloween's all about. You know, even though it may be canceled in LA, we're still celebrating here on the morning tea. So you look great.
Thanks, girl. I know. You guys, I text Alex and I was like, keyword being try, because you guys know I'm not great with makeup. I keep it very simple. Lipstick, some mascara, call it a day. I literally had to go into my eyeshadows. I looked at Pinterest stuff. I was like, simple skeleton makeup. And I practiced once, and this is what came out today. I literally was like, I can't take this off my face. It's showtime. But
It's showtime, baby.
Yeah, I'm glad to know that it doesn't look like I got socked in the face on your side. But you look so fabulous. Stop it.
Thank you. No, I couldn't leave you hanging alone. I had to dress up with you. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, and we got to celebrate and do it right. And it's Friday. So, you know, we also have fun on Friday with some champagne.
Exactly. Like there's so much to celebrate, so many things. So it's perfect. And I'm glad you wanted to join me in the spirit. It was very last minute, but I think we pulled it off.
We pulled it off, found this Zara top in my closet, found some ears, and I came dressed to impress for the Tea Tribe. So Tea Tribe, if you're just joining us, happy Halloween. Let us know in the chat. Will you be dressing up this weekend? What are you going to be? We love to hear it. And of course, where are you watching the show from this morning? Not only is it Halloween Eve, but we also have our Ariana Grande Positions album here today. So exciting. It's incredible. We're going to talk about it later on the show, so stick around for that. But did you have a chance to hear it yet, Monty?
Yes, girl. Yes. And I was a little worried at first when I hit that first song. I was like, oh, this sounds really similar. And then it picked up and I was like, oh, there's like several songs that I really like. And I only was able to listen through it once. So I can imagine when I listen to it again, I'm going to like even more.
Oh, yeah. Me too. We'll save that for later in the show, but it's good. And I'm so excited because we can listen to it all weekend and celebrate Halloween with our girl Ari.
Yeah, with a couple of Halloween songs in the mix. You know, you got to hear a little bit like Monster Mash or something while you're in it. So
exactly.
We'll
make the OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite Halloween song? Do you have a favorite? Is Monster Mash it?
I do love Monster Mash. I can't get over Monster Mash. But you know, like classic, like Michael Jackson Thriller. That's such a classic Halloween one too, you know? But Monster Mash, I think would probably be. And I also really like This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
I just think it's like really catchy. You hear a second of it and all day I'm singing it. Like,
this is Halloween. This is oh, yeah, you gotta perk up when you hear that, right? Thriller, of course, know all the choreography to that. That's one of my all-time faves. Halloween is so fun. You know, when people don't like to dress up for Halloween, I'm like, you are not real. Like, you must be an alien because it's so much fun.
And there's so many different, like you can dress up so many different ways. Like it's a really great way to be creative. I'm always like, my birthday is in January and I'm always like, can I do like a costume party in January? Would that be weird?
Yes.
Because it's so fun.
I have two friends that have an October 30th birthday, and every single birthday celebration each year is Halloween themed. And I love that because, like you said, I wish people could dress up for my birthday also.
Yeah, I would do. Maybe we should do it, Alex. Maybe we should just throw a big bash, like sometime randomly, April, for no reason, but it's a costume party.
Exactly. Why not? I mean, that sounds fun. But do you have an all-time favorite Halloween costume that you've been your whole life?
No, not an all-time favorite. No. When I was little, when I was like in 8th grade, my mom made me like a costume of like a gypsy, like a reader, with like a globe, and I had this like yes, fortune teller, but I had like a whole gypsy like Esmeralda look, but she made it for me, and she like posted like the tarot cards, like she made it into my dress, and that was probably one of my favorites. I was like in 8th grade, and I even won the contest for best costume.
Yes, get it, girl.
Get it, mom. Get it, mom.
Get it, mom. Get it, mom. What's your mom's name, Monsi?
Gabriela. We call her Gabby.
Oh. Get it, Gabby. That works so well. Perfect. Couldn't have been better. My all-time fave was, of course, being J-Lo last year and just transforming into one of my idols. It was so fun. I wish I could relive that every year, but you got to interview them at Radio Disney after they released that single. And we had a whole Halloween themed game that I played with them. It was really, really fun. Hello, everyone. Teresa is joining us from Rock Springs, Wyoming. Happy Halloween. Yes. Amanda saying, get it, Gabriela. Amanda was also Madonna one year, and her family members still call her Madonna.
That's a good thing to be called, though, you know?
Yes. Yeah. All right, Tea Tribe. Well, let me break down what we have on the show today because the tea is overflowing. There is so much to spill. We're talking about Kyle Richards getting scary in a new movie trailer, the new teaser from Real Housewives of Atlanta's upcoming season. We're talking about Cardi B saying, some crazy WAP info that we may have not known about Megan Thee Stallion. Plus, Selena Gomez is speaking up with Kamala Harris, and Justin Bieber channeling his inner Rocky. We're also talking about new music from Ariana Grande and the Jonas Brothers, as well as the lineup for this year's Jingle Ball, one of my favorite red carpets. We're also going to be crashing through the Car Jenner gates, talking about Kim's Halloween costumes with the kids. Tea Tribe, if you haven't seen it yet, it's iconic. Plus, Kanye's special gift for Kim's 40th, which was one of the most amazing gifts I think someone has given another person. It was just stunned. I was stunned. Also, Khloe going on Ellen for a little damage control. There's been a lot of hate about Kim's 40th birthday celebration. And finally, for our OMT story of the day, we're talking about last night's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and whether Tristan Thompson has redeemed himself. So stick around for that later in the show because we are gonna speculate about it. So there is some good tea today, right, Monsi?
Yes, it's a perfect Friday. Yay.
Yes. All right. Well, let's cheers to that because Halloween and the tea begins right now. Cheers. Yes. Love your pumpkin mug. Cute.
Thank you. My dear, dear friend Grace, we were playing tennis last night and she surprised me with this. She's like, I think you need this for the morning tea. And I was like, thank you.
So cute. Love it. Amazing. All right, let's get into it. Of course, these are our You Missed It stories. They are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry, we handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, just in time for the climax of the spooky season, the new trailer for Halloween Kills has dropped. The trailer is promoting the most recent addition to the series, with Jamie Lee Curtis coming back as the titular character of Laurie Strode. So the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards is also joining the cast, reprising her role as a grown-up Lindsay Wallace, a role she originated in the first Halloween movie from 1978. So fans across Twitter, of course, were quick to find her in the trailer, complete with blunt bangs. One fan wrote alongside a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing, quote, "Every gay man pointing out Kyle Richards' bangs in the Halloween Kills trailer." The movie was originally slated to be released this year, but was pushed back due to the pandemic. First of all, did you know Kyle Richards was in the original movie? What did you think of these bangs? I know we got to see a little bit of them on last seasons of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And are you excited by this new trailer coming out just in time for Halloween, Monsi?
So excited. I love Halloween. I love scary movies. The scarier, the better. I want the nightmares. I want you to make me pee myself a little bit. I want all of that. I want to feel uncomfortable. So I'm super stoked about it. I'm laughing because you see Kyla Richards for half a second. Half a second. And so the fact that everyone went crazy, I find it so funny because you see her, but it's literally half a second. And I was focused in on the whole trailer, like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, I'm just so excited. I don't think the Halloween movies are that scary. They're like us a little bit, but they're not the scariest for me. So I'm looking forward to it. Maybe this one will make me pee myself a little bit. Don't you want to pee yourself a little bit?
Never, ever, ever. I do not understand people like you, Monsi, that want to sit in a movie theater and be terrified for 2 hours. I will say, I do enjoy thrillers. I've said it before. I like kind of the mental part of it. I'm into true crime, and I like a little scary. Mm-hmm. But when it's scary like that, when you're jumping out of your seat in every single second, there's a possibility you may pee your pants. I just don't get it. You're going to have to bring me over to the dark side.
Girl,
Tell me why.
That feeling that you can't go to sleep, that feeling where oh my goodness, this Mike Myers is going to come kill me. That's just a great feeling. And it doesn't last forever. I mean, when I was a child, there were certain movies that were tough for me to get over. But now it's that feeling doesn't last that long, maybe for the night, but the scarier, the better. I cannot. I love going to haunted houses and doing all those things. I just won't do the ones where you sign a waiver that's okay, we can do whatever we want to. No. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna eat stuff. I'm not gonna do that. But a typical, not scary farm, Universal Studios, Halloween Horror Night, all of that.
I'm into that. I've done that. I've actually filmed videos on camera going through it, which is a very different experience because the lighting shows you where the guy is before he comes. So you kind of know what's going on. But just as a person walking, a normal person walking through, those are fun. I appreciate that because you're a real life part of the movie,
Yeah, and I'm glad you like that. So you do like scary. You just don't necessarily want to sit through 2.5 hours or 2 hours of a movie that's really just trying to make you pee.
Exactly.
I get it.
That is torture to me. This is an experience. I can go with friends. It's an event. No. I'll pass.
All right. I'll let you know how scary Halloween is.
Yes, I'd rather watch a little rom-com, but this movie, however, let me just say, right? Don't you want to cry and laugh about love?
Yes.
But this movie, because of Kyle, I will watch. So Kyle will bring me to this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you have to watch it. You have to.
I have to. Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the Real Housewives, the trailer for season 13 of Real Housewives of Atlanta was dropped yesterday, and it is juicy. Coming back to Bravo this November, the season trailer sets the groundwork for the upcoming season perfectly. One of the biggest things happening this season is Cynthia Bailey's now infamous bachelorette party, and the trailer teases it out the entire 3 minutes long sneak preview. We discussed earlier this month that there had been some kind of sexcapades that went down during the party, with someone or some people at the party getting down and dirty with the male strippers hired for the event. Well, speculation ran wild as to who the housewife was that got some, and it looks like we're gonna find out. So, Monsi, T-Tribe, are you excited for the upcoming season?
Yes, I was a little bit worried, what was going to happen with the change in cast, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I just came to this realization literally 5 minutes ago before we got on the show. Drew Sidora, who is one of the new cast members, I just made the connection. She was in Step Up, the very first Step Up movie, the very first one. And she has a song I just made all those connections and I was like, oh my gosh, I loved her in that movie so long ago. I think I was like a sophomore in high school. Now there's even more reason for me to watch that. I'm so stoked.
I am so stoked for the season 2. I mean, that looks wild. I want to be at that party and see what's going on. So I will definitely be tuning in. T-Tribe, are you excited for this upcoming season? Will you be tuning in? Tell us everything in the chat. Good morning to Danny Lee. She says, good morning, T-Tribe, Alex and Monsi. Y'all look great. Thank you, Danny. We're working hard to look good for the T-Tribe, of course. But let's move on to this Cardi B news, because Cardi B featured on a recent episode of Vivo Footnotes, posted to the YouTube channel yesterday. Going into the creation of her certified platinum single, WAP, Cardi opened up about some of the creative decisions that were discussed for the music video. At one point, Cardi said that she wanted to go even bigger in the video with the outlandish set design, and even had some interesting fashion choices that she wanted for her collaborator, Megan Thee Stallion. She said, quote, I like both solos because I just really thought, and I knew that it was going to be so fire. A room completely covered with cheetah, a room covered with like tigers. I originally wanted Megan to have a spider on her head. I don't know why. I just thought it was going to be so beautiful. What is going on? Spiders on the head or not? Cardi also surprisingly said that at one point she was considering making the song less explicit, but she just couldn't come up with a solution. And that is why the song is so raunchy today. Now, I will say there is a radio edit version. I think it's Wet and Gushy is the radio edit version. Not that that's much better. But first of all, let's talk about this spider. Because I could never have a spider on my head if someone paid me $1 million. Actually, maybe I'd think twice if someone paid me $1 million. But I'm pretty scared of spiders. Do you like spiders, Monsi?
I don't like spiders. I don't like them, but I will tell you that I make an effort to keep it alive, grab it, and take it outside. I make an effort to not kill it. But I don't like spiders. I would not be okay and I assume she means like a tarantula, right? Like in a music video, you don't think it's going to be a little spider. She's probably talking about a thing.
A big tarantula on her head.
No, I would like to think that if you offered me $1 million, I would do it, but I don't even know if I physically could do it. I feel like I would do the next thing after peeing my pants. I would do the next one and poop my pants. There is no way I could do that. No way. And this whole thing about Cardi trying to make this like less explicit, WAP, we're still gonna have it titled WAP, and you wanted it to be less explicit? Girl, that makes no sense. You got jokes. No. There's no way.
Right? I know. She was gonna have a tough time doing that in general. I just don't even, I don't, here's what I think. I think they should have had some sort of special effect, like they can have real animals here and there, but when it comes to the spider on Megan's head, Cardi, for Megan's sake, just a little special effects. Do the trick. If you want it there, great, but we have technology these days that can achieve what you want in a visual. Because I'd be terrified.
Yeah, especially a tarantula. I don't know, like that just, the crawling, the hairiness. No.
I know. I agree. All right, well, let's move on.
I feel like it's on me, Alex. I feel like they're on me. I feel like, what are you talking about?
I know. You just get that sensation when we talk about spiders. They're crawling up your spine. It's, it's perfect for Halloween, but that is the feeling you get. All right, well, let's move on to this Selena Gomez news. T-Tribe, get those crowns in the chat because we have had a lot of Selena news lately with this upcoming election. She just joined vice presidential nominee Senator Kamala Harris yesterday on a Zoom interview where they discussed everything from the impact of lupus to getting out the vote. So the conversation begins with Selena talking about what had prompted her to get involved this year with the election and how important it is to educate yourself on the issues surrounding you and your community. Senator Harris then brought up how much of an advocate Selena has been around mental health and lupus, a condition that unfortunately affects a lot of women of color. She even spoke about her own family, how her own family has had to come together for her sister who also has the disease. Selena, of course, continued to speak out about the importance of looking after one's mental health, even outside of a worldwide pandemic. The two seem to bond over their advocacy work and the steps that Senator Harris wants to take to bring more light to these issues if she is elected to the White House this coming Tuesday. So what did you think of Selena's conversation with Kamala Harris? And do you think that it'll, like we mentioned before, have an impact on voters?
Yeah, I think the impact for Selena is getting bigger and bigger because she just is really putting so much effort and time into this. Like, you respect her for that, you know what I mean? So like, people who maybe like saw her post or the first time she said something about voting and like maybe didn't really care, but now they see how passionate she is about it. And I'm sure she's inspiring more and more every single day. And I just, like I said it yesterday, she's putting her money where her mouth is, and it's really awesome to see. It takes a lot of guts to really go full force into something, especially into something that she has admitted she's never really cared about, really never focused on. So to say that and really put all your focus and energy in it is something so admirable. And hearing them talk, like, I like both of those gals. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all about it. I think they're both really down to earth. And I think like Senator Harris has a lot of hats. She has a lot of different ways that she can speak to people, and seeing her talk to Selena, it's just another hat that she has. Like, she can just talk to Selena Gomez and it be just girl talk, So I was all about it.
Yeah, no, what's interesting too is that it just shows how much of an impact Selena has, and power she has and influence she has on, her followers and young voters in general. Of course, Selena has a lot of young followers and fan base. So Kamala thought it was that important to take the time to have this Zoom interview with Selena. That point in itself shows the power of Selena and her platform. And I really love to see that. I love seeing Selena, stand up for what she believes in, being an advocate, doing good, as we mentioned before on the show. And I love it. So good for her.
And it's great that they really talked about mental health a lot, which Selena, vowed with Rare Beauty over the next 10 years. I think she vowed $100 million to donate for mental health in cities that need it the most. So again, like, really, she's just putting such effort into things that are very important. So I love that it wasn't literally just about voting. We're going to talk about the future, like there's plans with both of these women. And so it was great to hear.
Yeah, Lady T Joy says, she's inspiring me. I wish one of my faves would have been promoting voting when I was young. So that's amazing. Neuro says, Monty, she's talking to you. It's my birthday, taking Don Julio 1942 shots for you too.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Neuro.
Yes, I saw that. I was literally responding and I was like, yes, get it. That Don Julio 1942, just like Kylie. That's
some expensive stuff. I got a bottle of 1942 for a friend for their birthday one time, and I didn't realize, I knew it was pricey, but I didn't realize the extent of the bottle that I had agreed to buy for this person. And you got to be special if you're getting a 1942 bottle from me. Let me just say, it's a couple pennies.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Neuro.
Yep.
That's a way to celebrate your birthday.
Seriously.
All right. Well, listen to this Justin Bieber news, because Justin Bieber was channeling his Rocky Balboa on a beach in Malibu recently as he was spotted shooting for a new music video. So dressed in the classic gray sweatsuit and practicing boxing moves in front of the camera, Justin is really getting back to work recently. The whole shoot definitely has a 1970s feel to it, the decade Rocky came out. As an unidentified redheaded lady in very 70s attire was also seen on the shoot. So Justin has been pushing out a lot of new music and new work recently. And while we don't have much information about this particular shoot, Does this get you excited for more, music and music videos from the Biebs?
Yeah, 100%. I am about the Biebs. I want more music. I like his voice, and even his like worst songs, to me, I still like enjoy his voice, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be different than Holy and Lonely, and that it's just a different take, because both of those songs were similar, very similar in style, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to something different coming out of this, and it sounds like it might be something, especially with this theme that we're getting and like this look. So I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. Justin, however you feel about Justin, he always brings it when it comes to, his music videos. And the past two have had these huge productions, their stories. It's almost like you're watching a movie every time you watch one of his music videos. And I appreciate that. So I'm excited to see this new one. Like you said, I hope he brings something different than Holy and Lonely, because we all could use a new vibe from the Biebs.
Yeah, that's a good word, vibe. A different vibe.
Yeah, a different vibe. T-Tribe, are you excited? Amanda says, I absolutely love Biebs. I can't help it. McCole says, I think his music has been growers, not showers lately. Like they have to grow on you. I agree. I think that, one time, if you listen the first time, some fans may not love the song, but they grow on you for sure. I've liked both his songs. I'm a fan of Justin Bieber. But, everyone can make their own decision. Mm-hmm. But speaking of music, let's get on to this next music news that we've been dying to talk about. Ariana Grande has finally released her new album, Positions, available wherever you get your music, of course. The 14-track album is complete with new collaborations from Ty Dolla $ign, The Weeknd, and Doja Cat. Many fans are going wild for the album, especially after it was leaked online earlier this week. We discussed that. It doesn't seem to have stopped the release's momentum, though, as Twitter is abuzz with fans gushing over the new tracks. What is your favorite song from the album so far, Monsi, T-Tribe? Let us know, because this album was great. Is great. We're in the present. Yes.
We're in the present. Here we are. It's October 30th, Alex, in case you forgot, 2020. There's where we are.
Not your Halloween nightmare. We are here in the present.
I really enjoyed it, and when I listened to it, I just started from the beginning. Number one track, which is "Shut Up," and I was like, "Oh, it's fine, but it's very similar to Ari." Okay. As it went on, even the very next song, 34 plus 35, great. I also really liked, I have the list in front of me, Just Like Magic. I really like that one too, which is track number 4. Out of the 3 collabs that she has on the album, The Weeknd was my favorite.
Yeah, sure. I think The Weeknd and Ariana was a standout for me, probably one of my favorites from the album. And I love the message behind it, because the entire song, they did Love Me Harder together. Mm-hmm. And then this is their next collab. And the song is about Ariana kind of moving on from the chapter of Pete, and then, of course, dealing with the grief from Mac, and if she'll ever find love again, if she'll ever be able to be loved again, which is kind of the message behind it. And I just love that he kind of helps her go into this new era of love for her. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I also like 34 plus 35. That was a good one. My hair, of course, I love hair. So that definitely stands out to me. And, but let's talk about that. This album is pretty sexy, it has an underlying vibe of life in quarantine. We get a little insight into Ariana's life during quarantine with her man, Dalton Gomez, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very, very raw, very sexual, but I liked it. I'm all about it. I'm going to point out, because you said this, Alex, to me in the chat. Alexis says, POV is my favorite. She sounds so much like Mariah Carey. And you said that.
Yeah, it brought me, I know, of course, that has always been a comparison between Ariana and Mariah with the whistle tones and the way they sing, the breathy kind of voice. But I do feel a little kind of old school Mariah, which is, a positive thing in my eyes, because it only, artists get inspiration from other artists. You know what I mean? It's always been something, Madonna and Lady Gaga are compared. It's okay to kind of sound like someone but your own spin on it, and Ariana does,
Wait, you said that perfectly.
Yeah, POV is also one of my favorites. Alexis, that you just said that. I mean, it's beautiful. It's the last song on the album, and it really kind of brings you and ends you in a positive way. One of the lyrics says, "Love to see me from your point of view." So it's talking about kind of your significant other and how much your significant other loves you, and kind of seeing that from their point of view and loving yourself. I also like, you just said "Just Like Magic." That was one I have a list here too.
I like that one too.
Kind of reminded me of, her "Thank You Next" vibes, where it's like, it's about loving herself more than the partner, like the other songs are. So I like that. It's just really, really, really great.
Yeah. And the Doja Cat one, I heard it again, and it was the second time around, I liked it more. I still like the Weeknd collab better, but yeah, Motive the second time around sat better with me.
Yeah. I also like "Shut Up," because she's basically talking to everyone saying, just shut up. And, she brings the sass, and I love when a woman brings the sass. So I appreciate that one. But all in all, I'm happy with it. And I, appreciate a lot of the songs on the album. Yeah. T-Tribe, did you like the album? Crystal says her album was amazing. Amanda says, "I'm not listening till I pop off with some wine later." All right. That's a good way to kick it off. Yeah. Eric Jr. said it went #1. Congrats, Ariana. It went #1. Not surprising.
Yeah, at all.
Says, yeah, I like her new album. It isn't necessarily the same as her other albums, and it's like a different style, and her music isn't the same. She sounds a lot better. So just like, Taylor and Folklore, it kind of brought a slower, more mid-tempo vibe that I feel like just everyone kind of felt during quarantine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the music is kind of resembling the experience we've all had being at home, kind of chilling, being with your loved one. So I think it's great. Jarissa says, "Good morning, Alex and Monsi. I can't watch live as I am at work right now, but I saw your costume, Alex, and had to stop in and say I love it. I'm Minnie Mouse as well. Happy Friday. Cheers." Oh, Jarissa, happy Friday. Cheers to Minnie Squared. Cute. We're having a little champagne early because it's Halloween Eve. All right. Karina didn't like it, but Karina says, although if I had to choose a song, it would definitely be "Safety Net." Oh, that's the Ty Dolla $ign one, Karina. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Not everyone has to like the album. We all have our different opinions. Karina says, "Do we have an Ariana emoji?" That is a question I do not know. Should we create an Ariana emoji? I feel like the T-Tribe has an Ariana emoji, but Karina, Wesley, jump in on there. You guys probably know better than I do, or Monty.
Yeah.
Oh, clouds. There we go.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
But yes, we should have an emoji. If we don't, we need to have an emoji for Ari, for sure.
Yes. If we don't, let's think of one. Put some in the chat that you think would be great. I think the clouds is a great one.
I like that one.
Okay, let's move on to this Jonas Brothers news while we're thinking of our Ari emoji, because they have just released a new single for the holiday season. Well, the next holiday season. "I Need You Christmas." I don't know what's going on, Monsi. but a lot of Christmas songs are coming out. They released this yesterday, a low tempo throwback to old-fashioned crooner tunes. The brothers released the song with a joint statement yesterday saying, quote, "With having such a crazy year, we all really need something to look forward to. The holidays is a time that brings us together and is something that brings us joy in the darkest of times. For us, this song stirs up memories of childhood snowball fights and finding the nearest hill to sled. It brings us back to spending time with family, setting up the Christmas tree. Hopefully, it can bring you guys the same feelings of warmth and happiness that creating it has brought us. We love you guys very much." So, T-Tribe Monty, what did you guys make of the new Christmas song? And how do we feel about, a Christmas song being released on Halloween?
The fact that we are in costumes talking about a Christmas song says everything we need to say. The song was very cute, though. I did enjoy it. Oh, why is it out right now? Look at us, Jonas Brothers. We're in costume. What are you thinking?
But I know. I do like the message behind it. It is such a crazy year, and I feel like everyone is just so over 2020 that they want to get to the holidays and get in, a happier spirit. So I agree with that part of it. But I also think that part of the process is going through the Halloween, the Thanksgiving, and the Christmas. So we need a little bit more time, personally, before the Christmas songs come out, because life is short. We can't rush it, guys.
Yes. And I know Dania Arya says it's never too early for Christmas, but can it just be at least November? It's October. That's all I'm saying. Had it been November 1st, November 2nd, I would be more about it. But I like the song. So it's I'm very conflicted in my feelings, Alex. I'm very conflicted.
I agree. Love the song. Don't necessarily love the release date, but it's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. We'll put it in our pocket and we'll bring it back out December 1st and we'll stream it all day.
All day.
Because I do love my Joe Bros and I appreciate their music.
Yeah.
But speaking of music, I actually saw the Jonas Brothers at this next concert. Jingle Ball is going virtual for 2020. More Christmas news in October, but this has us excited, of course. The iHeartRadio's annual Jingle Ball has been announced for this year, and they are going virtual for the pandemic. The concert has also released a list of some of the top performers that will be at the event this year, including Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Sam Smith, Shawn Mendes, and many more. What a lineup. So Jingle Ball will be airing on Thursday, December 10th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at iHeartMedia radio stations, the iHeartRadio app, the CW app, and the CWTV.com. Are you excited for Jingle Ball this year? Going virtual like, all the rest of the award shows, concerts have been doing.
Right. I've never been to Jingle Ball, and I know you have, and you've loved the red carpet, so you can tell us a little bit about that. But I've never, so this is exciting. It'll be like I get to go to my first Jingle Ball. I'm so
yeah. Jingle Ball is one of my favorite carpets of the year. It's a long carpet because actually we interview them while the concert is going. So they perform and then they come backstage and interview with the red carpet. So it takes hours to get through all the artists. But it's fun. Everyone is in the holiday spirit. They are in sparkles and their red lips, and they're really happy and they're ready to, be home with their family and friends. So it's a very positive carpet, but it's long and it's December. So it's usually freezing. Like last year, the concert was outside. I was freezing, but I do like the virtual side of it because we'll be home comfy and warm. I can have a little hot chocolate and watch Jingle Ball this year. So it's definitely a show.
And play the Jonas Brothers song in the background.
Full circle. We got it. All right. So we're excited because we get to hang in and, as Monty said, watch a concert that she's never been to Jingle Ball. So she's excited to see it. T-Tribe, will you be tuning in? Let us know in the chat. I'm sure you will. That's a good lineup if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
let's go on to our car Jenner tea time, because beep, beep, we are coming in those gates hot. We have a lot to talk about. If you thought the true kitty cat costume was cute, T-Tribe, have you seen Kim's latest post? Because she posted to her Instagram story yesterday as she and her kids dressed up in Tiger King realness for a special Halloween photo shoot. And then on her feed, you see this right now. With all the kids dressing up as tigers, Kim and her best friend, Jonathan Cheban, dressed up as Carole Baskin and Joe Exotic for the adorable shoot. The Instagram story also showed off North and the kids having fun in costume, such as this adorable snippet from North. Check it out.
Carole Baskin.
Killed her husband.
Someone should need to draw my eyebrows.
Didn't have it. To tell you.
Carole Baskin. You my tiger. Hey.
We.
You guys. You want to go see Joe Exotic?
No.
Look
Hey
at
guys, what's up? Where's my little tigers at?
Nowhere.
Joe.
Where's my little tigers at?
Do it. Joe, let's go. Joe, come on. Literally, I'm going to kill you. Come on.
Go.
Oh my gosh, they look so amazing. I think Jonathan looks the best. Of course, if you follow the Kardashians, you know that Kim and Jonathan dress up together every single year. They've been Sonny and Cher before. They're always like an iconic duo. So we had to join the fun. The kids look like they're having a great time, and I'm happy that they still celebrated Halloween, like we mentioned. It's for the kids. So even if it's canceled this year, they can do something at home and have a safe Halloween. What did you think of the costumes, Monty T-Tribe? Did you like it? And what do you think? Let me know.
So they look super cute, super adorable. Yeah. Jonathan looks hilarious.
Hilarious.
But I am kind of underwhelmed that that's what they decided to go with.
I agree.
And also, why are we dressing up as Carole Baskin? Why her? I don't get it. And I just, all of it, maybe it's her that I'm just like, why? That's giving me, the not great feeling about it. Because they look super cute. They did. But I wish, I don't know, that wasn't what they chose. I don't know. Maybe just Carole Baskin gives me a bad taste in my mouth.
I agree with you. Carole Baskin is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, we saw her on Dancing with the Stars. Well, let's start back in March. We saw her on Tiger King. Then we saw her on Dancing with the Stars. Now it seems like everyone's going to be her for Halloween. And I agree with you. I think this is very, on the nose. Doesn't discount their effort and how cute they look. I mean, they killed the costume. They look great. But I will say that, they have access and resources to everything, and they do great Halloween costumes. So this was a little on the nose for me. And I think that all in all, that it could have been a little more creative, but I'll take this.
Right. It's like they look great. It's just, I guess, maybe we expect more from them. And this was a little bit safe, a little easy, a little. Right. And Kim, you look phenomenal. You should have gotten some makeup to make you look a little older, because you do not look like Carole Baskin. In fact, Jonathan,
beautiful young Carole Baskin.
Right? And Jonathan really does look like Joe Exotic. So Kim should have gone in with more of the makeup and maybe tried to look older and looked more like her, and maybe I would have been more impressed. But she just looked too beautiful to be Carole Baskin.
But I will say, in their defense, Halloween and the times are a little weird this year, so that they even got something together, I'll give them credit for. Karina says Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest dressed up like Tiger King too. I saw that, Karina. That was great. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's going to be Tiger King this year. So I just would have wished to see something a little different. I also heard that Stormy is going to be a minion. So we're going to see a little minion running around town. So I'm excited to check that out whenever we get a little taste of Miss Stormy. But let's move on to this next news because it's a little more difficult news, but beautiful news. Now, if Kanye was ever in trouble with Kim, I don't know how he is now, because in one of the most touching and heart-aching gifts we have ever seen, Kanye West commissioned a hologram of Kim Kardashian's father, Robert Kardashian Sr., to make an appearance at her birthday party last year. Last week. Kim posted a clip of the address the hologram gave to the family during the celebration, and it had us in tears. Kim said on this post, quote, "I can't even describe what this meant to me and my sisters, my brother, my mom, and closest friends to experience together. Thank you so much, Kanye, for this memory that will last a lifetime." I mean, I'm not crying, you're crying. I actually did cry watching this. This stunned me. I literally stopped in my tracks. I watched it twice. I thought this was the most touching, unbelievable gift someone could give someone, and Kanye killed it, and I think it's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It is one of those things that it's even hard to put into words, like it's such a touching and special gift, and I'm sure like it must have also been hard to see that, but very joyful at the same time. Like it's definitely a one-of-a-kind gift, and we talked about it with the Monopoly that Kim got for her birthday. What do you give somebody who has absolutely everything and who can get themselves absolutely everything? You got to go creative, and this was very sweet, very touching, very emotional, I'm sure. It was a lot.
And just something that, someone that has been through that would want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing her father back to life in the form of a hologram for her 40th birthday. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I absolutely loved it. I appreciate Kanye for this. And I literally right after Googled, if this was something possible or attainable that you could pay for, because I thought it was so awesome. And it really stunned me. And I really, really loved it. T-Tribe, did you love seeing this? Lucy said, "I would be so shocked and happy. And I feel like a lot of people believe that Kanye wouldn't do something like this. And it must have been hard to remember, but a really happy memory." Yeah. And, Kanye, of course, also lost his mother. So he knows what this means to someone. I mean, when you go through something like that, you really can relate to other people that have been through it as well, that other people can't always relate to. And I feel like that definitely has bonded them even further. And I just thought it was so special. So
very, very special. And also like now even move on to how crazy technology is, right? Like we can do that? What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's incredible. Just knowing that that's even possible. It's
so amazing. All right. Well, let's move on to some other, still difficult. We're still talking about Kim's birthday. So Khloe was on the Ellen show yesterday and tried to do some damage control surrounding the backlash her family has received about the recent 40th birthday bash for sister Kim. Khloe said of the backlash, "This year is a frustrating year. I get it. I think there are so many frustrations going on for everybody, but also it's her 40th, and this is something that she really wanted to do. For us, it was such a nice thing." She went on to talk about how the event itself also helped to spur the tropical destination's economy a bit, with the family being the first tourists that the local had received in months. Fans online, however, were not so keen on the explanation that Khloe provided, saying, quote, "Imagine being Khloe Kardashian and thinking if you go on the Ellen show, you, a wealthy person, can successfully defend another wealthy person and will care." Another user said, "Khloe, full stop. The fact that you're discussing this with Ellen shows the extent of how much you don't get it. Fans really don't want to let this go. And now Khloe has been dragged into the mud as well." Monsi, T-Tribe, do you think that this really needs to keep going? Was Khloe's explanation satisfying to you?
Well, I was never upset at the Kardashian Jenner clan for doing what they did. I was jealous, but I wasn't upset, you know? And so to me, this didn't need to happen, but definitely Khloe, sometimes less is more, and she did not take that route. She said too much on something that was not going to please the masses. It just, no matter what she said, it was never going to make those people happy. Even though I think she had good intention, I think that's what she was trying to do. It really backfired on her. She really shouldn't have said much because, like, again, she wasn't going to get the outcome she was looking for, no matter what. You know what I mean? It was like pointless to even talk about it, to even try to defend it. It was almost pointless. And the whole thing with Ellen, talking to Ellen, people just want to fixate on that. Like, it was just too many things that people want to fixate on in that moment.
Yeah, too many layers to what's going on. Like you said, she's not going to win. You know, any explanation wouldn't have been enough. These people want to hate on this, and they will continue to do so no matter what she says. I probably would go with the fact that, you know, like we mentioned on the show, Khloe did have COVID through this pandemic. She did get healthy. You know, it's Kim's 40th birthday. That is a milestone. Life is short. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't spend our time focusing on what other people are doing, you know, during this time to survive. You know, that's all I'm going to say. It's tough for everyone.
Sorry.
Hey.
In the chat, y'all, I was trying to keep it alive.
We are live, I think. Yeah.
We are?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Do you hear us? We are live. The Halloween spirit of Wi-Fi came back to us, and we are back to bring you some more tea.
Yeah.
And this next tea, we're talking about Miss Khloe Kardashian still. It is time for our OMT. Oh, man, Monsi. The question on everyone's mind going into last night's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians showed the impact COVID had on the family earlier this year following Khloe and Kanye's diagnosis, and how Tristan would step up during the crisis. So, during this week's episode, the focus was completely on how the COVID diagnosis struck the family. Khloe was out of commission the entire time and was lucky, honestly, to have Tristan there to support her in True, who Khloe was barred from seeing. In Khloe's opinion, she said on the show, "Thank God Tristan is now and back in California. I mean, no matter how sick I am, I still am constantly focused and thinking about True." So Khloe described how Tristan would bring her meals and take care of True while she was sick. They even had to FaceTime during Tristan's birthday, and heartbreakingly, Khloe talked about how they had to lie to True about where her mom was, even when True tried to go into her mommy's locked room. So during her interview with Ellen yesterday, Khloe spoke up about how hard it was to rely on Tristan during that time. She said, quote, "It's one of the hardest things I've ever done because you have your own personal feelings, but when you can put those aside and you just put your child first, it sounds great when you're all in love and everything, but when you go through something, it's such a challenge." So, of course, T-Tribe, we have obviously been very critical of Tristan, and it's great that he has stepped up. But do you think that we should be heaping praise onto Tristan for basically doing what most significant others should be doing during this time? What do you think about this, Monsi?
Yeah, I think he's doing what was expected. Listen, if I have a stomach ache, I expect my boyfriend to bring me food morning, day, and night. If I have COVID, you better show up with so much more than meals and just doing the basics. But, you know, at least he did that. He was there. Was it the bare minimum? Maybe there was more that we don't know about, but at least he did it. At least we're not here saying that he didn't even do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wish it wasn't just the basic stuff. And maybe, like I said, maybe we don't really know full details of what he really did. But the stuff that was mentioned did seem like the stuff you should be doing, not anything above and beyond.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, I'm not going to dismiss that there was effort shown. But like we said, I think that a lot of times when someone is like not on our good side, when they do kind of just the basic things, we think of them differently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we would expect, like you said, from God forbid, if any of us got, you know, the virus, we would hope that, you know, our loved ones would be there for us, bringing us, you know, food and supporting us during that time. But I'm not going to discount that he did step up. You know, no matter how you feel about Tristan, I do think he had a choice there. And from Khloe's perspective, he did step up and be the father that True needed and the significant other and partner that Khloe needed during that time. Doesn't mean everything is all good and rainbow and butterflies, but I will say that that's cool to hear, because if he didn't do that, you know, we'd be talking about that as well.
Exactly. Right. At least that's not the conversation. But yeah, it just seems like he did the bare minimum normal stuff that he should have been doing in the first place. That's just what it seems. We weren't there the whole time. Hopefully there's more to it. I really hope Khloe wasn't just impressed by what we saw, that there's more to it, because girl, you need a man. You need a man to take care of you and your little girl. So hopefully there was a man that we just didn't see a lot on the episode.
Right, exactly. All right, guys. Well, on that note, that is all the spooky tea we have to spill today. This was so much fun. I'm so happy we could bring you the tea on Halloween Eve. Should we cheers again to a safe and fun, spooktacular, as I said at the beginning of the show, Halloween weekend. Cheers to you, Monsi and Tea Tribe.
Cheers.
We will be back on Monday, bringing you the morning tea, of course, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're an after sipper, share your comments, you know, below. We love to hear your thoughts, even after the show has aired. Monsi, if they want more of you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me across social media at Monsi Bolano, so you can see my name right there. You guys have a great Halloween. Have a great weekend. Be safe, like Alex said. You know, take care of yourselves. We want to make sure you join us next week. So everybody be safe. Alex, have a great time. I'm sure are you gonna dress up?
You know, I probably will dress up something similar and simple like I am. Maybe I'll just stay in this all weekend. You know what?
All weekend.
I am just gonna wear this all weekend. So
we're gonna see Alex on Monday with one ear off, half the makeup on,
half lip, just like you. Well, of course, Tea Tribe. You can find me on all social media platforms at Alex Schiffman. You can see it right here. And on that note, Monsi, a little late, but we still get through it. Let's wipe this tea off. Wash your hands, everyone, and be safe. We'll see you Monday. Mwah, mwah.